name is Dominic Sewela, the Group Chief Executive Officer of Barloworld. The contribution of youth in any nation is very important. As Barloworld, we've paid specific focus in certain areas where we think, promoting development of youth in particular is very important in terms of saying the bursary schemes that we put in place, because it starts there. Secondly, internships, where in fact you want to be able to give youth an opportunity to experience employment and say, how do you then get them involved in that? The programs like YES program, where also we are able to employ and give them experience that they can move from here and say, I have an experience. There are certain programs that we focus on, like our TOPS program, where we focus on helping chartered accountants to qualify, the majority of whom we end up employing, whilst others we give them an opportunity to go into other industries. Growing up in the township, as a young man at the time, I had role models, people I could look up to, and I had people that were mentoring me, given the interest that I had in the sciences and engineering field. And I take that serious today, that I currently mentor people, not just in Barloworld, but external to Barloworld. And I make it a deliberate decision to make my time available to youngsters. On a career front, I focus on young women. Now, I've got a program where I've created chief of staff in my office. Those roles are specifically reserved for young women, who have qualified as accountants, to be my chief of staff. And after that period, then they're able to actually, get placed in the organization in various roles, because now they've learned, what is strategy in the true sense of the word. The way I look at talent and the way I nurture talent, for me, I look at what I call potential. So look at people's potential, and then once you've identified that, then be able to bring people in and then help them perform. But what we also started here at Barloworld is what I call intellectual capital review. We focused on two things mainly: potential and performance. Each of my executive team, would get together and we'll talk about, people, not about likes and dislikes about them, but more positively to say, how can we make this person even better? That is what I talk about, honing the talent that we bring to Barloworld. I guess, the lesson that one has learned, from young people, and a young person, was asking me about, are CEOs real? Are CEOs people? And that's what you mean. He says, yeah, you guys are aloof. You're out there, so when you get criticized, we don't see you as people. To be honest with you, I had a penny drop, because oftentimes, when you are being criticized as a CEO, but you say, how could I do that? I'm just like them. But actually learn to say, certain roles that we play, people say, we don't see you like us. So that for me was a lesson, that the perception that people have of you is totally different from the perception that you have about yourself. And just be comfortable about it, as trying to change those things that you can't change. Today, when you look at the issues that youth are picking up, whether it's about free education, access to education, the stance that are taking in terms of the cost of data, that is the contribution they're making. If you don't listen to the current youth today, you're missing out on the changes that are required in the future.